And good morning. It's Friday. Well, it's not just any Friday, it's Good Friday. We have a lot to be thankful for, don't we? We do. We'll talk more about that this morning as it progresses along. Hope you're feeling well. We're starting out today at about 59. We'll head toward a high of about 88. I discovered something a moment ago that I did not know, and I thought I'd share this with you. Mississippi State put this out. Did you know that this is going to happen? The sweet potato will become Mississippi's official state vegetable July the 1st? I had no idea. I know that they were popular, but didn't know it was headed for the state vegetable. And on the flip side of that, I have no idea what it was before that. If it replaced something, or maybe we just didn't have one. Small thoughts for a Friday, isn't it? Good morning to you. We'll get things going. That girl's going to be in, the whole gang, as we get ready for Fun Friday. It is here. We do hope you'll find a church of your choice this weekend. 3 days, it'll be different, won't it? We'll be right back. Let's go out to Collinsville.
Hey, Easter's coming this Sunday, and I want to invite you to join us to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus at Collinsville First Baptist Church. This Sunday, we'll have two identical Easter services, one at 8:30 a.m. and one at 10:30 a.m., and I would be thrilled to have you and your whole family come join us for worship. Today, we're continuing our journey with Jesus during the intense week of his life and ministry that led up to his crucifixion and resurrection. We call this week Holy Week, and today is Good Friday. Today's the day we remember the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. On this day, Jesus was unjustly convicted of a capital offense and sentenced to a gruesome death on a cross. But before he would die on that contraption, he would be abused, mocked, almost whipped to death. So Good Friday was in one sense a very bad Friday. Perhaps one could even say the worst Friday. But it's Good Friday because on that cross, Jesus paid the penalty for our sins. You see, in that moment, the Father accounted our sin to him and then poured out all his wrath on Jesus. It should have been us on that cross, but in our place, condemned he stood. And when it was over, as Jesus was breathing his final breath, he proclaimed, "It is finished." What was finished? Well, the answer is the redemption of mankind. In Jesus' death that Friday, the sins of the world were paid for, and all who will trust in his life, death, and resurrection will be forgiven of their sins and saved. So Good Friday leads to the good news of Jesus Christ. We're all sinners, but we can all be forgiven of our sins and saved if we'll only trust in him. Thank God for the good news that's made possible by Good Friday. May you receive it and rejoice in it forever. Oh, and don't forget, Jesus died on Friday, but Sunday's coming when he blew the grave wide open and walked out alive. Praise the risen Savior. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Hope you enjoyed that. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome to the Scotty Ray Report as we head towards 7 o'clock, and we'll kick off the local morning show with all things happening local. Alan pointed this out. We want to say this. Love Now Community Church will have their Easter egg hunt tomorrow at 1 o'clock down at Northeast Park, formerly known as Planet Playground. I forgot they had changed the name of that. Appreciate that. But if you've got one, we'd love to hear from you. I know that we've got several throughout the Meridian area in town. If you've got one at your church, please put it in the comments so we can share that with everyone. Kids get out and enjoy themselves. Easter egg hunting. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? I did not know, as we start looking at headlines shaping America, what Joe Biden got for a speech. Now, so far, he's only been out one time. I'm assuming he was paid for that. His asking price to come speak to you, $300,000. It's pretty strong, isn't it? Mike Rowe's a lot cheaper, and I think we'd learn a lot more. I saw this, and in one way, it's a quote, so I'll just say it. Donald Trump said recently, and we've got the video of him actually saying it, where he says, Jimmy Carter died a happy man. Do you want to know why? Because he wasn't the worst president after all. Joe Biden was. End quote. Donald Trump. Doesn't hold back, does he? What else do we have happening this morning? Let's see. the plot against Trump. Do you remember the teen that we talked about that killed his parents to gain their financial means in a way to possibly assassinate Trump? As they dig deeper into this investigation, they have now found out that after he did this, he planned to blame Russia in this, somehow or another connected to that. What a twisted young man. Awful, awful. We see, since we're on a Trump roll here, some headlines this morning that Obama appointed judges are seeing 72% of all these cases that are trying to block anything that Trump does. That's a pretty good bit there. What else do we have here? Oh, if you were to have an election, this is shocking as we go to the Democrat side of who's in the lead. Who would be their candidate if they were to put together a list now of who they want to run for president? Shockingly, still in number one is Kamala. Number two may even shock you even more, AOC. Now, again, she's raised money, but I at least thought Newsom would do better than her. We've got 3 years, so it'll be a while. They'll come up with someone else. I've seen a lot of things, and I won't show the video because it would catch you off guard. 6 stories. Can you imagine number one falling 6 stories? This was in Russia. This was a lady. And the second part of this is she was 80 years old. She was cleaning her windows, leaning out, and fell 6 stories. You've seen it in the movies to where someone falls out of a window and hits a car. She done just that. It flattened the car, and she got up. She was 80. You can't tell me there are not blessings every day. That was really a shocker. It's something to watch. Google it. I won't put it on here because it could make some people upset. But bless her heart, she got up and walked away from that. 6 stories. Imagine she's still sore, but she was saved for some reason. We don't know exactly what. Elon Musk was the first company to do this. We see that our second company now has been named and approved by the FDA. This is technology way beyond what my mind can imagine. But the FDA has cleared a second company for people that have brain issues, that have strokes, that can't move arms, fingers, to where they can have that brain implant and it would fix it. Second company approved for that. That is truly amazing that man could even do something like that, isn't it? It is something great for mankind. We hope it works out well. Prom. I know I've seen the ads here. Joyce's, etc. has been running those for proms here locally. Horrible, horrible as we go to North Carolina. As a teenager was headed off to his prom, a wreck. Life was taken, headed to prom. Isn't that awful? Watch your babies and explain what happens. Prom, it's here. A lot of them still going to that. They have ruled, and I think most people will agree with this because it's the way you do, but I don't know where you turn because they are the giant. Google. A judge has ruled that they have a monopoly on advertising on the internet. How many of us say it? Let's Google that. It's embedded. You don't Yahoo anything, you Google it. You don't Firefox it, you Google it. It's just strong. It's embedded in us. I don't know what they'll change to fix that. A second person has been saved. There was an elderly fella there with dementia. Was dangling from his window. Second story. How he got out there, I don't know, but police were able to get in and save him. Michigan is where that happened. Police get there in time a lot of times. We've got some local stories of that coming up also we'll tell you about. I know sometimes price points are tempting, but there are just some things that you should never, ever take what's the word I'm looking for? A second-rate cut. And what I'm talking about is a doctor. I know a lot of times people will go, well, I'm going to Mexico to have this done. Or I know a friend of a friend who can do this. If it deals with your health, don't do it. A New York City woman has passed away. You want to know why? Senseless, number one. She had an unlicensed surgeon try to remove her rear implants. She didn't make it. A doctor is worth every penny they are. They earn a lot, yes, they got a lot of expenses, but let me tell you what. They'll save your life. Use one that knows what they're doing. Don't tamper with that. My, oh, my, oh, my. Tragedy as we saw this, maybe you saw this yesterday, South Carolina, involving a school bus. One person deceased in that wreck there. Overturned bus. We hate to even report those things, but it did happen yesterday. Not to mention that big one that happened at Florida State University. Did y'all see that? A sheriff's deputy's son, 20 years old, took the lives of 2. We still have 6 in critical condition that were taken to the hospital, if I'm not mistaken. What made him do it? I'm not sure. We'll dig deeper into this and find out more on it. But 2 people gone, 6 injured, for no reason. What makes someone want to harm somebody? I don't have the answers to this. Before long, you'll be seeing whatever way they think he voted being blasted across America and blaming that group. Whatever it is. Anybody ever thought that it was him? I don't know whether this is true, but I think most of America thinks of young men being the worst drinkers. Now they're saying in new surveys that young women are the binge drinkers of America. I don't drink, but I know those who do. Binge drinking can't be good. Let's see what we got. This is after 50 years. You have to put this, a 26-year-old woman left home with her 3-year-old daughter to go see her parents. It was 100 miles away. As she went, she never made it. Her car would be found empty on the side of the road. And again, this is 50 years later. A woman later would find a little girl on the side of the road, the 3-year-old, next to her mother. Her mother was deceased. She had been shot and she'd been raped. The little girl was not touched. And I know where you're going. You know where I'm going with this, of how they solved this after 50 years. DNA. They were not able to do that then. I'm not sure if it was 23 or me, but one of these sites to where you give your DNA to made a match. The man that did it died in 1985. Without a doubt, they proved it through DNA testing that he did it. Had no connection, didn't know him, and why and how it happened, they'll have no idea ever. 50 years. That family went through a lot, didn't they? But it is good that they know exactly who it was and that, well, he's paid the price one way or the other. Doge has been blocked from accessing sensitive Social Security records. They're not going to let it happen, or at least it's not going to happen now. Makes you wonder why it's blocked. What was so sensitive about it? Are they trying to keep it to where they can't compare records to American citizens to those who are not? I'm not sure. But some judge somewhere has put up a block on that. We do see that this will make a difference as we face uncertain times when it comes to tariffs. It weighs on every American's mind. It weighs on those who aren't American and those wanting to ship products here. It's not been a fair trade through the years, and America is always on the losing end. The U.S. frees up ports to receive goods for at least 6 months as they try to work all this out. So no tariffs for 6 months as they work on this. Hopefully, there will be a good answer to this, and we all won't be hit with skyrocketing prices. Let's keep our fingers crossed on that. An ex-NYPD officer, and I read this 2 or 3 times to make sure I totally understood this. He was ex, is what I mean. He retired. He took a job, I think, as a private detective. He's been charged for helping China stalk someone. And you go, do what? And he's going, wait a minute. That's not the way it happened. I was hired to leave notes on someone's house. Pretty much he was stalking someone for China to leave the country. They wanted him out of the U.S. of A. He sent threatening notes, or what the courts are calling threatening notes, left notes on cars and doors, and he's being charged. There are others asking for him not to be sentenced to jail. Be careful who you work for. Doesn't hurt to investigate who they are, does it? Barry, good morning. Diane. Woo, having a birthday today. Diane Hill. Well, happy birthday to you there. So glad that you're having one there. This is, I know we often joke about some of my fears, and I have 2 or 3 fears in life. And heights is one of those. I have issues with it. And as the gang were here, they would tell you just how bad it is when I go up, get off the elevator on an elevated platform, stories, I freeze almost. I feel like I'm going to fall. And I never, ever, ever ride cable cars. Oh, I know y'all do it all the time, and you go to the top of Stone Mountain, you do it on skiing trips, but, well, I just can't handle it. I think I'd pass out. Here's why. And I know that it's probably a chance in 2 million, but an Italian cable car broke. 4 died in the... I do not care to dangle my feet and look down. If the fall didn't get me, I'd probably have another heart attack. I just can't handle things like that. But there are a lot of you I know that are, what do you call it, thrill seekers? And maybe that's not a thrill. It's just a horror to me. We have we'll move on to this next story here. Rarely do we hear of someone trying to hijack an airplane. Security has gotten so good, but this would be in another country. This would happen in Brazil. As we look at this, he was a U.S. man trying to hijack the plane. He cut 3 people, and then he was taken out by local police. Seriously, you just don't hear of that much anymore. We used to see those movies. Y'all remember them? You had to bring in Chuck Norris to save the day, but that just doesn't happen anymore after they put those doors on cockpits to where you can't get there. Let's see. Do you remember the movie The Sixth Sense? Y'all remember that movie? That little guy that played it, the little boy? Ooh, he's facing cocaine charges and alcohol charges. My, how they grow up to be. Well, I'm not going to say that, but he's in trouble. We wish him luck. Hopefully he'll get his life straightened out. Let's see here. This is one of those stories of, wow, 10 years old. I can't even imagine. This is California College. A 10-year-old is set to graduate from Crafton Hills. She will be the youngest graduate they've ever had. 10 years old. She has a 4.0. My heavens, that kid is smart. Now, I don't know what she made on her ACT test, but it would have to be incredible to graduate at 10, wouldn't it? Congratulations to her. We'll be right back as we begin this morning. We'd also like to thank WMOX Radio for joining us this morning. We're going to do your forecast. What's going to happen this weekend as Easter weekend rolls in? We'll get into all of that. Arnold says that 8-foot ladder gets him nervous. Some people can handle this height thing. I'm just happen not to be that guy. We'll be right back with your forecast.
Celebrating our 7th anniversary, Al's Garden and Gift is excited to share the beautiful colors of spring with you. Beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, roses, ferns, shrubs, and fruit trees to help you enjoy the season. Spruce up lawn and flower beds with fresh sod, mulch, soils, and pine straw. Then brighten your day with unique gifts, candles, gourmet food items, flags, wind chimes, planters, fountains, custom wreaths, and so much more. Spring is here at Al's Garden and Gift. Bloom with happiness.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Welcome back as we get into our forecast. So I was looking around. Let's look at radar before we get into our actual forecast this morning as we pull this up from Doc's Toyota. Out to our northwest, we'll have Fort Smith, Arkansas. A chance there's some aerial flood. A little bit there around Arkansas as we'll look at some heavy, heavy winds. I want to remind you about our area. This northwest portion of Mississippi, the Delta, is going to have some heavy, heavy, strong winds today. The Meridian area, East Mississippi, anywhere east of Jackson, Mississippi, all of this area will have sustained winds of 5 to 15 with gusts of up to about 30 miles an hour. So something to keep in mind. I wouldn't suggest burning today due to that fact. Be cautious with whatever you do there.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
I didn't hit the right button, did I? Whoops. Let's pull up now and let me get this open back up. That's what my problem was. I didn't have it opened up. As we'll look at our forecast today, as we go back for our record highs and record lows, here we are back in 06. We had a high of 92. not all that long ago, back in 99, which has been some 26 years ago, we had a record low set at 33 on that morning. That was chilly, wasn't it? As we glance across the state today, we'll see 88 in Meridian. That's warm. Say the same in about Philadelphia. 87 in Columbus, as we see 87 all the way down the board through Natchez. And believe it or not, right now where Meridian is sitting at 59, in most places is above 60 at this point. Tapping in at mostly 63 this morning as an average temperature, even north of Meridian. Sometimes you don't see that coming. As we look at the same in Alabama, it does look to be about the same temperatures. We should see 87 in Demopolis, Alabama, up towards Birmingham. As we look here across this, severe threat of weather rolls in on Sunday afternoon. Now, again, everything indicates that it will be to our west. We'll look at our live radar in a minute, double check that, but we're showing it from Jackson, Mississippi, and we do have some areas in Leake County that will be a level 1 at this point. Timing will be late Sunday night. It'll be after dark, so it won't affect any Sunday doings at church. I want to put that out there. It'll be late into the evening before we have this severe threat. So something to keep in mind there. And I wanted to also, where did I put it? We have this wind, what we were talking about, in the northwest corner of Mississippi, stretching from Vicksburg to Greenwood up through the Mississippi Delta. It's going to be strong winds today there, gusts of 35 miles an hour. And again, Meridian will have about 30 gusts from time to time. It's going to be anywhere from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. this evening as we look at this. Now, here's what we've got: above average temperatures through the deep south. But look at this, the Meridian area, anywhere along the Mississippi Gulf Coast over to the edge of Georgia, is hot. 88 today is what we're seeing. Let's look at our 7-day forecast as we weigh this out. We see that we have 88 for this Good Friday. We'll get down to 63 for tonight as we move into Saturday. Perfect weather, 87. Perfect for those Easter egg hunts, and the same as we go to church on Sunday. Don't forget to be there. He has risen 85 for a high, down to 66. And then that rain moves in after dark, leading into Monday. It's going to be a wet one as you go back to work on Monday. 80% chance of thunderstorms occurring on Monday. We'll watch that closely as well. We see a high of 82 on Tuesday. Still a 50% chance of rain. Wednesday and Thursday still have a 40% chance, but it's still hot. 85 for both days there. Let's go all the way till May the 2nd. We're not getting below the 80s at all. 83, 84, 87, all the way around through there. So we'll see that carry on. Still chances of rain there through next Friday at least. Maybe even Saturday. It drops to a 20% chance, but not bad at all as we look at this outlook toward the next few weeks. Warm weather. As we look at our fishing forecast today, it is the 18th. Southwest winds 5 to 15. Again, gusty up to 30 miles an hour of gust at some point today. Your major times to fish today will be this afternoon from 4:30 until 6:30. That's your prime time right there at dark 30. Okay, I'm wrong. It doesn't get dark till 7:30, does it? In the evening, we'll reword that. A minor time this morning around 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. Sunrise happened at 6:21, and we get another minute of daylight. As we look at this, sunset will not come in until 7:27 this afternoon. Not bad at all. Already 6:53, we're getting ready for the morning show. The gang is here. Someone's getting coffee over there and knows how to use it now. Nothing like knowing where that power button is it? What do you prefer? That's one of those things when it comes to your coffee machine. Do you prefer the bun where you pour it in and you go back and get it out and drink out of it? Or are you better having the, what is that thing called? What's that? A Keurig. I can't pronounce that word either. Keurig. I tried. Percolator. Your instant coffee. We'll see. It's your choice. Thank you for joining us. I want to again thank WMOX Radio for being a part of what we do. It is Good Friday. Do not forget that. The courthouse will be closed. We'll be going over some of that coming up at the top of the hour, telling you who, what, and when's open. Join us, won't you? The morning show begins at 7 weeks. Well, we want you here. Join us at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.